What's up, guys? Rex's Chris is here bringing you yet another YouTube video, and today we got a Q&A. Now, I recorded this Q&A probably about a week ago, but I didn't like how it was recorded, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do it again in a normal way, because the last time I tried to do it, I had Fred ask me questions, and if you don't know who Fred is my girlfriend's 5-foot teddy bear, and I didn't really like how it turned out, so here I am again answering questions. So a while back on Twitter, I put out a tweet asking people to ask me questions that they'd like answered. So I'll just kind of go in a random order. I've got them all typed out, so I am reading from a screen. I wanted to make sure my answers were precise and correct, and that way I didn't fumble around with what I was saying. So, first on the list is, let me make sure this is first on the list here. Alright, Daka. Daka is the leader, CEO of Templar Gaming, someone we partner with. He's a wonderful person. And he asks, would you rather live in a world where no one can see you or where no one can hear you? Well, I gave it a little bit of thought, and I decided to say where no one can see me. I'd love to royally scare the tar out of some people, but it also doesn't specify whether or not they can touch me, just sight. It only specifies whether or not they can see me. Now, the next question is Duck Dodgers. He asked, if SRG ever becomes big, would I eventually gather members to meet each other? And yes, absolutely. I actually have some preliminary plans being formed for future gatherings, just to kind of get people together and have some fun, kind of like a family reunion of sorts. Next question was from Collapse. He said, where did you get the idea for SRG, and what's the purpose? Well, SRG, just about 2 years ago, Primus God 1993, who is a co-founder of SRG, mentioned that we should use our passion for games and ministry and combine the two and start making clean content on YouTube. We'd always talked about how we wished there was less vulgarity being spewed from in-game chat as well as videos people posted online. And now, SRG has turned into something greater than any of us had ever imagined when we began. So, I would say the purpose really is to, spread the gospel and create some clean content for YouTube. Next question was from The Commish. He said, is a hot dog a sandwich? Let me let that sink in. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, after some deep thought, a little bit of research, and a short prayer, no, a hot dog is not a sandwich. Alright, next question. TPW16 asks, who is my favorite SRG member? Well, that's an easy one. My girlfriend, Mini Sasquatch. That is my favorite SRG member. And to follow this answer up is another question from Redemption, aka Brawler. When are you going to pop the question? Really? Really? I kind of had to laugh at this one. And now, why would I tell you that online? No, I'm not going to tell you that. There's only like 3 people that I'm going to tell this, and or maybe 4 people total that I'm going to tell this, and they're people that have been really close to me for as long as I've been alive. So, and hopefully they can keep a secret. Next question is from Ranger. Says, what are your thoughts on immature Christians that aren't particularly bad, just go about things wrong? So my answer is that the Bible has been translated several times throughout history and can be interpreted differently by literally everyone. My belief is that not a single person has the exact same beliefs about Scripture due to our own opinions and how God speaks to each of us individually. That said, We generally agree or disagree on the larger topics, but as far as the smaller ones, we each have developed our own convictions through our relationships with Christ. So, when it comes down to doing things our right and our wrong way, I feel as if we should leave those decisions up to God, but still encourage each other in His name. So, that's how I would answer that one. Ranger also had another question. So, what are your thoughts on Christians that believe in the prosperity teachings made common by televangelists? So, as far as the prosperity teachings, that is that's a subject for a video all its own. That is quite a topic. But I will say that people will buy a product from anyone who sells it well. So, that's all I got to say on that one. The commish also had another question. It said, what is the meaning of life? I said, well, I feel like he was kind of being goofy with this question, but I answered it seriously. You see, God created us with a spiritual need, a desire to find purpose in life. He wants to be the fulfillment in that desire. We can fill that spiritual need by building a relationship with God Himself. Once this relationship is started, we must also live in accordance to His will, be reverent of Him, and obey His commandments. Those who do... Sorry, I had to cough there, and I was trying to suppress it. Those who do will be blessed. Now, that does not mean we won't go through trials, but as long as we continually seek Him, in the end, we will be granted everlasting life. Next question was from Toby33. It said, what is the one thing you'd most like to change about the gaming world? And I asked him about this, and it's literally just one thing. And I would have to say it's the stigma of being dirty, immature, often rotten individuals. That stigma drives me crazy because I love playing games, and I'm a Christian, and I'm not dirty, I'm not immature, and I'm not a rotten individual. So, definitely the stigma that a lot of people have placed on gamers. And the last question is from Cuticle. What is your goal in 2016 for SRG? Well, my personal goal for SRG is to always be sure we are representing Christ and according to His will. Size and popularity don't really mean anything to me. It's all about Christ and how we let Him display His love through us to the world. We could get as big as, hundreds of members, hundreds of thousands of members, and my goal would still be the same, to represent Christ according to His will. If we're not doing that, then we're not doing the right thing. As far as other goals for SRG, I would say, to eventually, I don't think it's going to happen this year, but eventually get to where we are an accredited non-for-profit organization and get our 501c, I think it's 501c3 filled out. So I think that would be awesome, and then we could really just kind of get this thing up and going, and I would love to make this my full-time job. That's all the questions I had asked of me. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll let you know, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. If you like what you've seen so far, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to get involved, don't forget to visit solidrockgamers.com. And until next time, peace out, stay solid, and God bless.